Hello, I'm Eric Linter with Starspeak for the second half of April 2015. And spring is an interesting season here in New England. With the sun in Aries, the first sign in the zodiac, our weather can really be almost summer, sometimes almost winter, and often it's somewhere in between. But likewise, this year, after the most challenging winter I can remember, we continue to face certain astrological testing as well. On the 16th, Pluto turns retrograde in Capricorn, and this can signal more turmoil in the world financial markets. We see on Friday, the 17th, that Mars is in a square to Jupiter. So again, we have the god of war testing the planet of international relations, and people are going to tend to be feeling their own opinions very strongly and state them very forcefully. I suggest that tact be employed if you want people to actually hear what you have to say. The 17th also happens to be the last day of the lunar cycle, and on Saturday the 18th, the moon is new at 28 degrees of Aries. This really is the first new moon of the astrological year, and effectively I consider it the start in a certain way of this astrological year. So set your intentions, but give some thought to your game plan for the entire year, meaning from now until spring 2016. Mercury forms a lovely sextile with Neptune this weekend as well. It's exact early in the morning hours of Sunday the 19th, and also that morning Venus is in square to Neptune. So there is a certain artistic, lyrical sensibility that many of us will be experiencing. We may really just enjoy watching a movie or listening to some great music, or if you happen to be a performer or an artist, your output may reflect some of these refined and potentially inspiring energies. On Monday the 20th, the sun slides on into Taurus, and the most fertile part of the spring season gets underway. Mercury at this point is testing Jupiter and giving folks some rather big ideas. There can be some restlessness. And fortunately, on Tuesday the 21st, Mars trines Pluto, which is a great problem-solving alignment. This is Mars in Taurus, an Earth sign complementing Pluto in Capricorn, also an Earth sign. As we head through the week, on Wednesday the 22nd, it's Earth Day. Now the moon is in Gemini, not one of the more fertile signs for actually planting, but there's a string of very uplifting planetary alignments. Mercury trines Pluto, Venus sextiles Jupiter, and Mercury is conjunct Mars, all on Wednesday the 22nd. So I think globally we're going to see a real outpouring, many voices rising up demanding that industry and governments really take greater action on climate change and protecting and preserving the environment. And that's where I would put my energy, whether it's talking to friends or actually going out in the streets and demonstrating or writing elected officials. It's really a good time to have your voice heard. The moon is also void, of course, that day, another reason to hold off on planting. The 23rd and 24th sees the moon in Cancer, a much more fertile sign if you want to get out in the garden and do some spring planting. Venus is in a wonderful alignment on Sunday the 26th, making a sextile to Uranus. This is a fabulous aspect for socializing, meeting new people, just hanging out with friends, certainly in a very low-key kind of impromptu way. Just make it up as you go along, and just enjoy yourself. There's a certain reckless abandon and freedom and just feeling more relaxed and comfortable in one's own skin. And with the moon in Leo on both Saturday the 25th and 26th, Sunday, It's a great weekend for having fun. The last major aspect of the month is the Sun in Taurus sextiling Neptune in Pisces the evening of Wednesday the 29th. Again, very good for creative people and those who enjoy the arts. And then finally, right at the end of the month, a couple of hours before midnight, Mercury moves on into one of his own signs, Gemini, and a lot of people will start turning their attention to their summer travel plans. I want to thank you for being with me today, and if you'd like to contact me, send me an email at stars@ericalinter.com. You can always find my daily forecasts online at spiritofchange.org. And remember to keep looking up.